We are really excited to present part three and continuing our story map of Salthill, focusing on the history and what makes our village Salthill so popular. One thing that I found really fantastic, and it's something I've been wanting to do for ages. I used to love walking along the prom, and I'd always notice the rocks, the groins, and really wanted to know a story about what they are, etc. So I actually thanks to Dr. Saif Baxter and Dr. Jess Franklin from both University of Galway and UCC Bees. They have been giving us some great help and support as to understanding the geology and fossils that can be found in Salthill, and we've actually done some really fantastic fossil walks along Salthill. So we're not geology experts, so we're speaking on behalf of, say, citizen science and things you can do yourself. So um, we can start looking at one of the most notable landmarks, I think, is Palmer's Rock. So it's beside the Salthill Promenade. It's beside, do you know where the Wild Atlantaquaria sign is? This is actually a really cool example of a metamorphic rock, and metamorphic rocks make up a large part of the Earth's crust, and they form about 12% of the land's surface. So I think it's just a very interesting artifact from geology and from our past. It has been connected to the Palmer family, who once owned the Garda Station just beside it. So this is named in their honour and embedding their legacy into the fabric of Salthill. As we walk along the promenade, and we've got a fantastic map. We found this map using the Map Genie. And so we can start from where the Palmer's Rock is. Do you know that that area is called Patrick, which is Patrick's Pool? And that name has almost been washed away by the tides of time. So it's very interesting that we could actually explore ways of bringing back those old beach names. Because at the moment, there isn't really any, there is like anecdotal names, but people usually refer to these beaches just as Salthill beaches. In the place where Patrick is, there was actually, I found evidence, the rock there used to be called Saunders Rock, but there's actually no evidence of that name anywhere else. I'm not sure where it came from. The biggest beach then in Salthill across from Leisureland is called Trocla, and that translates to Strand of the Stones. And every time I've walked it, there's, you can't find that many stones. So it just talks about, I suppose, the development of Salthill from these early maps where Salthill was covered in stones to where now much of the sand has kind of reclaimed that. We come to the middle of the beach across from the Galway Hotel, and we've thrown them on, which is Ladies Beach. And that's probably the most popular social attraction. But what I will say about Ladies Beach is that just past Ladies Beach, there's a fantastic Murvey Bandit granite site. This site, I can't believe everyone walks past it every day, and it's not acknowledged in any way. There's no signage linking this really, really iconic bit of stone. Galway is famous for its exposed geology, and so I'm really disappointed every time I walk past the Murvey Bandit granite in Salthill that no one really knows how actually cool it is. I kind of went a bit far ahead, but just off Ladies Beach, you'll notice that there is a kind of like a walkway, like a pier. That was actually called Coonan, which was a small harbour. So it just goes to show, like, Salthill was a fishing village, and there were lots of tiny little places where harbours and boats would all work together to harvest the ocean. Just past Ladies Beach, you have Carrigbuita, which is drowned rock, and I think I've taken a photo. It's like that I'm trying to find these places on the old maps and trying to work out where they are today. But I think Drowned Rock is pictured. It's between the Diving Tower and the Murvey Bandit Granite. And finally then, everyone looks at Blackrock Diving Tower, but have a look and see what it's actually placed on. So that is called Carrick Dove, and that's Black Rock. And that's another fantastic piece of the granite that Salthill sits on. So we always talk about the famous prom walk where people look out on the bay, and the bay is gorgeous. But if we could get people to appreciate what they're walking on, if you walk along the prom from Grattan all the way up to the diving tower, just look for subtle signs of fossils. They're the small little brachiopods, the kind of like smiling fossil. But you might be also lucky to find, some crinoid stems and some solitary fossils. Um, so just the promenade is a wonderful walk, but while you do enjoy Galway Bay, please do look for the rocks because they have a much more interesting story and cultural connection to our sea. So thank you very much for listening to the presentation of our history, our story map of Salthill. We kind of explored Grattan, we've explored Recorder's Quay, and of course we've done the fossils. There are more historical story maps we can create, but we hope you enjoyed this series. It was an absolute blast, a lot of fun to create, and we hope to see you in Salthill in Galway, Atlantaquaria very soon.